Today, from San Diego, California, it's Week 4 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's San Diego taking on the Sacramento Condors.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle with their opponents. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you take a look at our home side as we enter play here. It's 3-0 versus 2-1. A good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
And it felt like it watching the game tape. He got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some. They threw it accurately. One touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. They'll try the left side. Royal. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. An early test. 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. And he'll give it here to his running back. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. So opening drive, 3 straight runs, unable to pick up the first.
I know the fans want to see first downs, but guess what? The coaches have reasons for what they're doing. Sometimes they've scripted it, and some of these runs, while they haven't been successful now, they may be successful later on.
And they'll send out their punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And leading them, Charles, their quarterback, their field general.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him the win. That one caught by Carter. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. We take a look at his numbers on the ground last week. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
And he's brought down. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Looking to throw. Mooney. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. To throw on 2nd down. Mooney. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down on the sack.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Third and 11. And some extra depth to the secondary here. They're in the dime. Back to throw. Mooney. He finds his man, complete. That's Logan. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he missed it. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. Well, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season...
And he can't escape, and down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Well, let's see here, Charles. He was sacked 6 times last week. Now a first-quarter sack. What's going on in his mind?
Well, he's thinking to himself, 5 offensive linemen. I got sacked 6 times last week. Let's start thinking about keeping extra people in. Tight end stays in. If I have a fullback or the running back, they stay in and help me block. Maybe not as many receivers in a pattern. Anything to try and slow down that pass rush.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Frost. Over the middle, complete. That's Chambers. The threat of a 2nd straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Frost. Can't get away, and he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. We had a pretty good idea that they were going to pressure this young quarterback, and that's now 2 sacks here in the first quarter.
And yeah, this is a secret to exactly nobody, because if you're a rookie quarterback, you know you're going to see pressure. Defenses want to see how you're going to handle it, or if it forces you into making bad decisions. That's their goal.
And on now is the punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. A pretty good return, all things considered, but holding.
I agree with you totally. It's actually a return that they were going to be very proud of. But when you end up holding and bringing it back, now your offense has to start a little bit deeper in their own territory.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. On 2nd down now. Cherry, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
On 3rd and 1, it seems natural to just turn and hand it to the biggest guy you have in the backfield. But usually, he's not the primary runner. So for the defense, they're often keying on the running back because he's the guy who gets the ball more often, and the fullback is the blocker. When he ends up carrying the football, that's a heck of a tendency breaker, and now you're just trying to jump on his back and hold on.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Now, after that last running play, we've got an offensive lineman down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And a give this time to the tailback. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Mooney keeps himself up, but in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. Call it a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now.
It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I could dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
They bring their punter out there now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
The home side once again ready to take over offensively.
We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Frost. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Rhodes. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 7 catches, 57 yards.
Better tighten up the coverage if you expect to slow this guy down, because if he gets going, he'll eat you up.
Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. From the gun on 3rd down, Frost. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
They'll run on 1st down. Royal, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Six yards left on 2nd down.
was a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Frost. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6. On 2nd down, Royal. He got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
On 3rd down, Royal. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, Frost. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And they're going to have a 3rd down. Looking to throw. Frost finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the 1st down.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Off play action. Frost. It's caught by Royal. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll be 2nd and about a yard to go for the 1st. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
Back to throw again. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll have the 1st down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
This will be their first trip to the red zone. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. Again, he'll drop to throw.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
They'll look to throw again. Royal making the catch over the middle. And here he'll get it down to the 7. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon.
There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
Extra point safely through, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that, amazingly, a 17-play drive. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Here's Sacramento's offense once more. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
A give to the fullback on the dive. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Operating from the gun. Mooney got his man complete over the middle. It's Logan. They'll go for a gain of 7. And it'll be a 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
To throw on 2nd down. Mooney. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
2nd and 6.
Back to throw. Mooney. Forced out to his left, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down.
He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they got no chance to win this game.
The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Looking to throw. Mooney. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the 1st down. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter.
In need of only about the length of the football here on second down.
Back to throw. Frost. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll wind up getting about 6 out of that, as that's going to lead us to the 2-minute warning.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Looking to throw on second down. Frost. Touchdown! A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Aftershocks add 6 to their lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Taking it about the 1. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Cherry. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence. Does a great deal for your team. Gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there, because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag. Because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. That catch, by the way, number 505 of his career, and that ties him with a couple of other tight ends for the past, Frank Wycheck and Dallas Clark.
And those guys were excellent players, but how about what we're seeing right now? 505 and rising. What a nice career he's put together.
Throwing on first down. Frost. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Looking to throw. Frost. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Back to throw. Frost. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll bring him down right at midfield, and he is well short of the first down. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, the coverage was tight that time. They allowed the pass underneath to him, but they rallied to him pretty fast, too. Converged on him and got him down. That'll bring up 4th down.
So they bring out their punter. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And that is very well done there, as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, time for a trip around the league on this final weekend of September. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. A 2-touchdown game, 14-0 the score as we get rolling again here in this second half. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Mooney throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. This will be fielded at the 17. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself. I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
To throw on 3rd down. Frost. He finds his target, Royal. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, Frost. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Now a handoff here to his running back. He will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Two first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Operating from the gun, Frost. Reynolds with a catch out on the right side. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. On 2nd down now, Royal. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. On 1st and 10, Frost. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. On 2nd down, Royal. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. Royal.
And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. And Thomas seems to be in some pain. He's still on the ground. We'll check on his status when we get back. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year.
And the aftershocks are able to extend their lead.
Partner, they had a good lead as they went in at the half, and they came out here in the second half and found a way to extend it. I love their consistency. Don't worry about what they said at halftime. This seemed like a team that was ready to play 60 minutes, and while this game is far from over, I love their approach.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And it is now 21-0. So that one a 13-play drive in total. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here's Sacramento's offense once more.
They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Mooney. Throw left side complete. That's Logan. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
Now here's a handoff out of the gun.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Mooney.
And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
From the gun on 3rd down. Mooney. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the 1st down.
Still in search of their 1st touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. Cherry, and he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Mooney. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
But with the score where it is, you're not thinking field goals right now. You need touchdowns. So that was a much-needed conversion there on 3rd down.
Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. On the give, this is their fullback. And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30. And again, they'll go right back to their fullback.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
On first down, Cherry. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. Cherry. And they'll get to him just inside the 15. Even after the strong run we just saw, they're able to corral him quickly defensively. On 3rd and 2. Mooney looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Carter.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. They'll try again. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Condors are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept him out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on him. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. It's up, it's good, and that'll cut the lead to 21-7. That drive, a long one, spanning 15 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. So here's the home side to take over on offense. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been really good, converting 7 of their 10 tries. Here it's 3rd and 3. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this 4th quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Frost. Pressure comes and down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Boy, Charles, that time he took a bad situation and made it worse.
Yeah, you're almost putting together a nice little song there, aren't you? Because it's something you'll see from young quarterbacks. They have that tendency to retreat backwards instead of stepping up in the pocket.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Gonna give this time to the tailback.
54 yards on the ground for him so far.
Caught the defense off guard there a bit on 2nd and long, but now you still have to deal with 3rd and long.
Yeah, you do, but you feel pretty good about the last play, don't you? And maybe it gives you a little bit of confidence dialing up the next one, that maybe your team will believe in it when you send it in.
On 3rd down, Frost. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And taken right on the 30. So a change of possession here on the punt. Here's Sacramento's offense once more. Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. Now a throw complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's a 2nd down. From the gun, Mooney over the middle, complete. It's Logan.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On 1st down, Mooney.
And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
I guess they're in a situation now, 4th quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted, and if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end, and he'll get it down here to the 43. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun, Mooney. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. The 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Now the extra point. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
From the 6. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. This offense so far on third down, they're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 4. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
But to me, this leads to the question, do you admire the way he puts his body out there all the time, or do you think he should protect himself a little bit more?
Well, he's been on the ground several times with all those sacks that he's taken. So, I don't know. I kind of admire him not sliding down there, don't you?
I'm with you on that one. The meter definitely leans towards admiration.
Throwing on first down. Mooney. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Back to the air on second down. Mooney. And a quick throw here. That's complete. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. So they'll wind up losing 7 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Back to throw. Mooney. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And this will be scooped up by the defense. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. And right now, probably just one thing in his mind, it's getting back to the hot start because he's really faded.
And ordinarily when that happens, the quarterback, as you know, is usually the leader of the squad. Now there's probably a silent camaraderie that comes around him saying, hey, guess what? We got you. Don't worry about it. Let's go, big fella. Because they know more times than not, he tends to pick things up, and they tend to play well.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. From the gun on third down. Frost. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
They'll run on first down. Royal. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 68 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage, The stop troops, the defensive guys, they got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Off play action. Frost. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. They'll keep it on the ground. Royal. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry, but it's not enough. And it'll be 4th down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And this one is right through. And that will extend the lead out to 24. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The defense working their way back out now onto their home turf. They have played a really good game. They're just looking for one final stop here and celebrate this victory.
And if you're on offense, you don't want them to have that satisfaction. You know that you're not going to win the game, but you don't want them to roll in with those big grins on their faces. So you want to come up with something right here, some type of a big play to dent that good mood.
And they're trying to not let that dent happen and go home happy. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
A running play on 1st down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the one touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense, no consistency, and they just took control.
So for the home team here, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for Sacramento, they're going to fall to 3-1 as they suffer their first loss. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.